Hi, welcome to Visual C++ tutorial of restaurant management system. As you can see, when I click on the checkbox, enter the amount of meal I intend to order there, and select the drink. Select what type of drink. Let's go for orange juice and home delivery. Okay, tax. Now click on cost of menu, and that's it. You get the total price there, and that's the tax you're paying on it. You can always convert that to whatever currency you intend to convert it into and check out the equivalent there. And you can also use the calculator here to validate the cost of your meal. The other thing you can do is the receipt is right here. You can print out the receipt if you want and hand it over to your customer. There, that's the receipt. Okay, and like that, that's the receipt for the meal. Or you can even save it. We have the facility to save it here if you want to save it, and so on. So what I'll do now is to take you guys straight into Visual C++ 2015 and develop another one of these very advanced system. So let's do that now. Hi, this Visual C++ tutorial. In this session I will be developing a restaurant management system. So I'm going to start by clicking on new project. Now we select Visual C++, then click here to go online for templates. While that is coming up, let's give it a name. We will call that VCPP underscore restaurant management systems. Okay, the next thing I will do now is to select this very template right there, which is Windows Forms. Click on OK. Alright, the form should be about ready now, so let's click on Solution Explorer. Select the header file to get the form, the template, and the template is ready. The next thing for us to do now is to go to Project and then define the size of this template. So the size will be 1600 plus by 730. Okay, press enter. There. Okay, we now need to add some components on board. I'll start by adding a label as the title. That's my label there. And then let's define the size of that label. I'm going to make it about 1345 by 100. That'll be the size of my label. So there's one or two properties that need to be set. Let's come here and go to where it says auto size, make that false, and there, that is my label ready. And the next thing now is to change the font size. Let's come to the font size and change that to about 60, and let's make that bold as well as the font size and get it centered. Select align, make that centered, and right here we then need text content there. There we go. Let's change the text content. Let's change the color to, let's control light, and the back color, let's change the back color to control dark. Right, control light on control dark. So that is fine. Bring that, let's see here. Okay, let's maybe increase it a little bit more. Right, that is fine. Now the next thing we need to do is to get some other component on board. So let's get panels on board, and we're gonna need 5 of those. Right, and let's change this color of this very panel to control dark. Right, I'm gonna need 5 of those. Okay, need that too. And 2 here, and 1 right underneath here. You just need copy just 1. Let's reduce the size. Drag it along. Alright. Okay, the next thing I want to do now is to get tab control. Let's draw it right here. Bring it down right there. That's my tab control. Okay. 1 will be for the receipt. Select the tab page right there. And let's change the data in there. You see where it says text? Let's change that to calculator. And the other one is calculator, which is tab 1. The other one here, we change that to receipt. Click on OK. So as you can see right there, both of them has changed. Alright. Now the next thing we want to do is where it says receipt. Let's go back to tools and add a tool strip right there. That is it there. So now select this very rectangle there. Select insert and then select insert standard item. Those are the standard items, so that's good enough for me. And then let's come here and select a rich text box. Let's drag it along. That's my rich text box in there. That will be used for the receipt. Okay, bring it down. That's cool. Alright, let's give this a name. Come to the property, the rich text box. Let's give it a name. Let's call it RTB receipt. That's fine. Okay. Now here we need to insert calculator in here. So let's come here and let's change the back color of that. Let's change the back color here to let's come to the page, tab page, and the back color, let's change that to control dark. We have that? No, we don't. Maybe let's see. Control dark. Yeah, that is fine. Click on OK, and this one as well. Let's change the back color to control dark as well. Alright, that's much better. Okay, now for the calculator we need, maybe I should use a text box. Let's use a text box T right here. Put a text box in place and make sure it's multi-line. Okay, go to the properties of this text box and we just enter letter 0 in there, align it right. Where's the alignment? Align it right. Let's change the font. Change the font to maybe 20. Okay. Right, then we also need, let's get some buttons in place. Alright. And let's change the font of that very button. Let's make that 20 as well. Right, and delete. Let's copy it across first. I think we may have to reduce the size of these buttons. Let's come this way. Let's copy this across. Okay, that's much better. Drag it down. And we need just one more. Okay, we have all our buttons in place. Now the next thing is select this button, come to the control right there and just enter 7 there, 8, okay, 9, 4. I'm just gonna speed that up. Okay, the next thing is, let's get some. Okay, we use checkbox. We need a couple of those. Let's bring it in. Alright, this is how it's looking now. And the next thing is, let's get some. We get some labels here. Let's get those labels. And we might as well just speed up the whole process. Okay, this is how the design of the interface is looking right now. Okay, that's how it's looking. So let's change the color of these buttons, and maybe we should go for, let's see, as a back color, and let's change this one as well. Control dark, and the font color, let's change that here. Okay, all right, I think everything is down. All of the components are now ready. Let's just run and see. Okay, this is how the interface design looks now, but nothing is happening. Nothing, as you can see, nothing is taking place here. Nothing is happening. Okay, now let's come here where it says calculator, and we need to give all these buttons, let's give them a name, PTN7, and this, let's just call that TXT display. I'll just speed that up and get back to you guys. TXT display. Okay, the first two things I'd like to do now is, let's double click on exit and just enter the following lines of code there, application, and just enter exit in there. Okay, so this will be capital letter anyway. Okay, that's exit taken care of. I think this is in uppercase. Yeah, that's right. Now the next thing we want to do now is take care of, let's come down, reset button. With the reset button, set as follows, and those are the lines of code for the reset button. Okay, so this one is actually, I think it's TXT display, right? And this, all right. So these are the lines of code for the reset. Okay, we need to now initialize right here where it says initialize components. We initialize our combo box with as follows. Okay, so let's save that. So if we run the program now, let's just run and see. And this is what we get. So nothing works apart from this exit, but this one, there's some data in there, but we need to be able to make sure we can control this first. So let's go back and just double click on this and enter the following lines of code so that we can control that. Paste that in there, and we want the visible option to be false. Okay, all right, we've got that sorted. So let's copy this, and we'll need this as well. Okay, we'll paste this here, copy these two together, and just delete this here from here. Okay, and right here, let's move this aside. Double click on this, press enter, paste that in there. Okay, and change this one to true. All right. Okay, so that is fine. Come back in here, position this. Okay, now let's run it again. Okay, we should be able to click on that and return that, so that's fine, and all of our data is in there now. Okay, so I'm going to exit now, and the next thing I want to do is double click on the form and go to the area, a section of this form where it says Pragma region. Let's look for the Pragma region. I prefer to just enter it in here. Okay guys, the Pragma end region right here, that is where all the component definitions ends, just right here. So I'm going to enter my variables that are initialized right there. Those are my variables actually. Then I will then initialize these variables inside my command button here. Let me just copy it right in here. So if I double click on this here, double click on that right here, that's where I will initialize the variables. But one thing first, I need to find out the correct exchange rate. So I'll find that out and get back to you guys. So back to the command button here, this very button. Okay, so those are my variables initialized with the current conversion rate. Okay, so you can always verify this on Google. Now the next thing we want to do is to declare another variable, and that will be for the British pound sterling. Now I'm going to be comparing or converting the currency with British pound sterling. Right here, declare my variable. There we go. And here the text box, let's change the name of that very text box. Let's get the name of the text box there. Okay, it's called TXT convert. So let's go back in there, and that's it, TXT convert. So we then use an if statement to make to carry out the conversion rate, the conversion calculation. So right underneath there, so the very first line of code for the conversion is right there. So all I'll just do now is to copy and paste. Okay, this is for the Nigerian conversion rate. Whatever you enter in here is multiplied by the British pounds, and that is based on if you select Nigeria in the combo box. So we speed that up, and that is the rest of the converter code. Okay, so if you want, we can just give that a try and see how it works. Let's move this in place. Let's tab it in place. Okay, run. So yes. Okay, so we click on this and select whatever country we intend to use, enter whatever amount, and there, that's the conversion, the equivalent to, that's in British pound sterling, and this is in Canadian. So if we close that, let's see that. Okay, you see it doesn't go. So the system still has this in place, so we now need to write 2 lines of code to take care of this. Exit, and let's go back to, okay, we have the inside the close, so we just need a converter. Make the text equals there. That is cleared, and we need the txt as well. Txt converter, just clear it all as well right there. So all those now are taken care of, so let's just run it and see how it works. Now the system runs. We enter some value in there. Okay, we need to select something. Yeah, that's working fine. Okay, that's fine. There's nothing wrong with the system. I did not select, so though we do need to write, maybe we should even enter code if it's not selected. Right, so that's fine. Okay, right, that's good. Now the next thing, let's take care of another easy one. Let's take care of this calculator, get it out of the way. Exit, come here and take care of the calculator. So for the calculator, let's enter the following variable right there. Okay, we intend to enter first number, second result, and operands, or the operator. So the next thing I want to do now is to group all of these buttons so that I can use one single event handler. So let's group them and give it a name. Let's come to property right there, and here select the event where it says click right there. Let me enter button underscore click as my event and press enter. Alright, now I have event and event for all those grouped button. I'll enter the following lines of codes. Okay, you don't have to enter this, it's just my commented trial, but this one seems to work because this wasn't doing anything for me. So let's see now. So I'm going to run it and see what's going to happen. So what I've just done is, the most important bit is this sender. So when I click on any of the button, it should be able to recognize whatever data is on that very button. Okay, it's very similar to any other calculator code that I've put together, but this I just want to use it as an event. So let me run it and see if it will work. So let's say yes. Okay, now just to try it out. Okay, we have, I think it's working, guys. This is my calculator using events. It's working as I expected. That's good. Okay, so let's continue now. Okay, the next thing now is, or maybe I should just take care of the clear button first. Let's take care of that. Just copy that. Come in here. Here's the clear, the C button. Double click on that and just take care of that. That's C out of the way. Okay, that's fine. Now we need to take care of, let's just continue with it. Let's have a look at the operators. Okay, let's group all of these operators and repeat exactly the same thing that we did with the numbers. So come to the property there and make sure your event is selected, then the operator itself, I'll call that arithmetic. So just press enter, and that's it. That's the event handler for those operators, and I intend to use the following lines of codes. So this is the object that I've created in there, then whatever is entered in the text box is then double parse and assign into I first number. Then we clear the text box and the operator whatever operator is selected is assigned here. Okay, so let's run it now and see how it works. Although it's not going to carry out any calculation yet, I just want to check if it's going to work. Alright, that's working. Hopefully it stored the number 98 into the operator. Okay, so let's try for the equals now. So let's come down here and the equals, click on that. Alright, right here I think I called that I second number. Yeah, I second number equals. So let me copy this and just paste it into I second number. Right, okay, and we'll just use an if statement to take care of the rest. So if the operator selected is plus, then I want first number and I second number to be added, and the result I result is then converted to string and assigned to the display. And I repeated the same thing here. The only difference is it then become else if it's multiplication, repeat the same thing here and just change the sign to multiply. If it's subtraction, repeat exactly the same thing, and division, repeat the same thing. That's it. Okay, so if I give it a try, let's just run and see. Let's give that a try. Yeah, that is fine. Let's divide that. Okay, so our calculator is working and the currency converter works as well, so that is good. So 1 2 is out of the way. Okay, the next thing is, maybe I should take care of this, and this will become the last part of it. See, this receipt, I want to be able to open a new page and select save, print, and so on. So let's come in here, let's close this, go back to the form right there. Okay, back to the form, and in here let me import as follow the following component or the following object. I'm going to need save dialog. Okay, then now we also need open dialog right there. Okay, hopefully those two dialogs are in place now. Now let's come in here. The name of this, I believe, is RT. Yeah, RT being received, so that's fine. So we will enter the following lines of code. The first thing I want to do is to be able to replace whatever is in here. So let's come in here, or maybe we should, yeah, double click and just come in here, RTB there, dot, wait, no, I think is that. Let's go for yeah, we do have clear, and that is, I think that should do that. Yeah, that works. Okay, so the next thing I want to do now is come back in here, double click on open and press enter. Enter the following lines of codes. Okay, so let's see what happened here. Yeah, I think I just noticed the name of my file is wrong really. Yeah, that should do it. Okay, that's good. Alright, so the next one is the save. So let's come in here, right, double click on save. Alright, the save, and that is it. That seems to have exactly the same error in there. So there. So these are the lines of code to save. Have a good look at it. Okay, as you can see, whatever I save, this is the default file name. You can change it to whatever you like. So maybe just change it, or you can leave it. The choice is yours. Okay, that's the default file name, and when you save it, it's then saved into a notepad. Okay, and I've also allowed it for any type of file in there. Alright, so this is the dialog. It's going to show the dialog there, the save dialog, and this following method is called. If it's okay, then it will save. Alright guys, so the same thing applies to the open. There's the open here. From here down here, there's the open. Okay, we have save, we have open. So let's come in here and look at the next thing to do. We have new. Okay, look at this, print. Let's come into the object and select, come into the tools and select two objects here, the print document and the print dialog. 1, 2, we need those two. Okay, that's that, and we need the print dialog. Alright, that's fine. So the next thing is to double click on the print and enter as follows for the print. So you can see the print preview, the document, and that will be the print document 1. Show the print dialog. Okay, as the print preview dialog box will be shown. Then now let's come into print document here, right there. Double click on that and enter the following lines of code for the print document object itself. Okay, whatever I'm printing, or the data I'm printing, is inside the rich text box here, and it's then we now have a font for it. That's Arial, that's the size of the font, and the color is black. Okay, and that's all there is to it there. That's the print code here and here. Okay, so let's have a look at it again and see what else we might need. Okay, we have this and this. Let's double click on that. We have cut. Let's see. Just copy this, paste it in here, and now we need cut. There it is. Let's see if there's parentheses attached to it. Okay, there is parentheses. So let's repeat the same thing for the copy. Double click on copy. Right there. Now we just need to enter that. Copy. There. We now need paste. Come in there, double click on paste, and repeat the same thing. Okay, I think that will do it for now. So we have all of our instruction for our rich text box. So if I run this program now, let's see, come in here. Let's try to open any file. Alright, that's fine. Come to my desktop and just select anything that I have on board. Okay, that's fine. It's working as I want. Supposing I want to cut from here. Cut, that's fine. Let's see. Okay, let's paste what I've cut. Alright guys, you see it's working as I want. Okay, I'm going to save it now, save it on my desktop. That is it, saved. So that is fine. Okay, now the next thing is to now take care of all of these calculations here. All of the calculation will take place in here anyways. What I want to do is to be able to check on all of this. Just click on them and add up whatever is in here. Okay, and the number or the numeric up and down, add whatever value, all the values in here. So the value of the drink will come in here, and the cost of the meals will go in there. Cost of delivery will be standard, and the same thing applies to cost of drinks. That will be standard as well. And we now have the subtotal. The subtotal will be that of drinks and meal will be appeared in here. Then we have the tax. Then we have delivery will be added to the total amount. So let's have a go at that. So we come in here, double click on cost of meal and enter the following variables. Maybe we should increase the tax rate. Okay, those are the variables that I intend to use. You can see they are all constant. This is the cost of the chicken, the cost of the bacon and cheese, and the cost of chicken meal. Then that's the cost of delivery, that is standard. The cost of the drinks is all standard as well, and that is the tax on whatever meal. And here are the other variables I intend to use. I'll be making use of all these variables in my coding. So now that the variable is taken care of, the next thing we want to do now is to be able to write a program that if any of these is checked, okay, that's what I'm going to be dealing with now. So let's come in here. So in here, and I'll have the cost of the chicken is assigned to this variable there. Bacon and chicken meal is all assigned. The price is assigned here. Okay, and then if the chicken checkbox is clicked, this is what I want it to happen. Okay, this very cost here, I really don't need this anymore because it's all here as well. Okay, and whatever is entered in the text box is then multiplied with this and stored in here. The same thing applies here. Okay, you can see they're not needed anymore. You can always get rid of them. And the same thing is applied to the third one. And right underneath here we have the cost of delivery. Okay, so the cost of delivery, no matter the amount of delivery to be made, the price is standard, is assigned to delivery label there, and that is then assigned to delivery here, which is then multiplied by how many delivery are to be made, and here is converted to pound sign. Then we've repeated exactly the same thing for the drinks here. Okay, let's take it down now, and right here I have the final sum up. Okay, you can see the drinks, okay, multiplied by the standard cost of the drinks plus the delivery plus whatever meal, if it's then this is chicken, then this is just chicken burger, this is chicken meal, and that's the chicken and bacon, is then added together and stored inside subtotal. and subtotal is converted into pound sign there. Okay, then the item amount is stored in here, converted into pound sign as well. Now is then multiplied by the tax rate, which is right up here. That's the tax rate there. Okay, and we have the tax. The tax that you paid is displayed, and the tax is added to the total and the cost of delivery, and that's it. And that's drink. The cost of drink is also displayed on the label for drink. That is all there is to it. So we're going to give that a try before we have a look at the receipt. Look, so let's go to build, rebuild. Okay, now let's run it now. There. So we click on this and assign how many of those items we intend to purchase. The drinks, select a drink. The price of any drink you select is standard anyway. It's £1 and multiplied by how many drinks you want. Okay, delivery. If you intend to make one delivery, then the tax is checked as well. Click on cost of meal, and that is it. If you have a look at it, that's the meal, that's the drink. They've all been added together. Then we now add this plus this to give us 67. Okay, then 46 plus 50, that gives us 96. So the cost of everything is £67.96. We also have our calculator here. You can always use the calculator to verify the price that you're paying. Okay, if you want to. Then depend on how you want to pay for your meal, so you can always convert it to whatever you want. This is alright, so that's the cost. Okay, now let's have a look at the receipt. So exit. We need to have a look at the receipt, the dates and the time. So let's come in here. Right underneath here, you guys must have seen the receipt before. I did that in it's very simple. It's similar to the ticket managing system that I did earlier on. Okay, there we go, and that is it right here. Those are the lines of code for the receipt. So for whatever meal you want, I will always clear the receipt first, and those are all the information for the receipt. That's the name of the restaurant, and right here the dates, time and date, whatever meal you want. Chicken burger meal, bacon and cheese burger, it's all there. All of those information will be displayed there, and the drinks you have, home delivery, subtotal, total, and so on. So that's how you create your own receipt. Okay, let's have a look at the date and time. Right here I have two labels. This very label is called time, and the other one is called date. Okay, LBL date. Then I also added one timer. This very timer is to take care of, that's the timer that was added. This timer will take care of the time that is right here. Okay, and I then double click on this timer itself and enter the following. okay, call this method, and that's my variable there. Right, and that variable is then assigned to timer dot long time string right there. That's for the timer. So you can also use the same variable for the date. All you just need to do is to change the date here. So let's have a look at the dates. I have that on my form load right in here. I have that of the date. These are the codes for the date. Put that on form load so that the system can load it up immediately. And you can also ask the system to start the timer here, but I have my timer way up here. Let me show it to you. I've actually entered it in here. You have to initialize the timer. I put it out there. Initialize component, or initialize components. There they are. We run the program now. Let's run it so that you have a look at it again. There we go. So we select our meal. Okay, drinks, how many drinks we want? Okay, we want orange juice delivered. We want that to be 2. Okay, well, maybe 1. Now we click on cost of meal. There we go, and we have a look at our receipt right there. That's the receipt. Okay, we can select the receipt. Okay, copy. Oh, we can save it. We can save whatever we have on the receipt. So let's give it a name, food 1. Okay, save. There, saved. We can always click and clear, and we can also reopen our receipt. That's it. Okay, clear, new one, open, right there. Okay, and we can select it all, cut, we can paste, or we can select it all, copy, and paste it right underneath here. Alright, so that's how the receipt works. Okay, that's how it works. So with that, guys, I'm going to leave you all with this very advanced C++ tutorial. I suppose you all enjoyed. You can always modify, do whatever you like with it. So with that, I'm going to say you have a nice day now. Bye for now.